talk about email lists, because I think email lists are one of these things, especially as online entrepreneurs, we're kind of like, oh my God, I need to grow my social media following. I need more likes, I need more comments, I need more follows. But people forget that a business is in the email list. I did not make this up. Some of the most famous internet marketers, Russell Brunson, all of those guys, if you don't have an email list, you quite frankly don't have a business, because you don't have customers and you don't have people to sell to, okay? Because at the end of the day, you don't own your Instagram following, you don't own your Facebook following, you don't own your Pinterest following. It doesn't matter what platform you're trying to influence, you don't own that business. Facebook owns Facebook. Instagram owns Instagram. It doesn't matter if they're your followers. Literally today, any of your accounts could get deactivated. So how would you keep in contact with the people that want to learn from you? You keep in contact with them by having an email list. So today I want to talk about email lists. And if you guys didn't see in the caption, if anybody wants to learn how to start growing their email list, I have a free challenge for you guys, okay? It's through KAJABI. That's what my website is hosted on. That's how I make my digital courses. It's or if you go to KylieFrancis.com, that website's on KAJABI. That's where like I said, my online courses are hosted, and that's where I have all of my landing pages. So that is how I grow my email list. So I'm going to give you my favorite ways that you guys can use your social media channels to start building your email list. Because like I said, if you don't have an email list, you don't have a business. Now, don't freak out, okay? If you have zero people on your email list, but you have subscribers, followers, whatever, that's okay, because that means they probably want to be on your email list, okay? So don't like freak out if you have no one on your email list and you're like, oh my God, like I don't have a business, but I do, like da da da. You're fine, okay? So today I want to talk about my favorite ways to grow my email list using social media. Now, like I said, I have that link in the caption of the video. The caption's either down here or up here, depending on, I think on Facebook it's up here and like YouTube's down here. So I have a link for 28 days free if you want to learn not only how to make your first $1,000 online, but you can also learn how to start growing your email list and building your first website and getting that show on the road instead of delaying building your email list, okay? Because now more than ever, you need to start today, start now with anything you want to pursue. A podcast, Pinterest, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, because the longer you wait, the harder it is to grow. So my favorite ways that I use my social media to grow my email list. My number one favorite way is Pinterest, okay? And I'm going to tell you guys a simple way that I use Pinterest to grow my email list. Now, I wanted to say this before I start this like rant, I guess. When you grow your email list, you will need to give something of value to your ideal client in return for their email address, okay? It doesn't have to happen all of the time. Sometimes people come across you and they love your free content and you won't have to give them anything in return in order to get their email address. But the majority of the time, you're going to have to give a freebie, a way to get somebody's email. And that's just an incentive, okay? And the reason for doing that is because people like now more than ever are more like sketched out about, you know, people online and misuse of data and information. So they don't really want to give away their email address unless they're getting something in a return. So I can also talk about some ideas that you guys can use towards the end of this video for freebies for your email list. So I want to tell you guys my favorite ways, like I said, that I use social media to start growing my email list. So my first favorite way that I grow my email list, especially on autopilot, is Pinterest, because Pinterest is a search engine, okay? So what I do is every time I create a pin, I say this in all of my live streams, that Pinterest pins are like free Facebook ads that you don't have to pay for, okay? And they last forever. So when I make a pin onto Pinterest, I can simply write, like I can direct people, first of all, anywhere on the internet, because every Pinterest pin comes with a link, okay? So I know a lot of people are like, well, I don't have a landing page, I don't have a website, I can't use Pinterest, but you can, because all of your social media channels have links. For example, my Instagram is instagram.com/Kylie_Francis. That is a link, and I'm sure every one of you guys watching this video, if you're watching this video, you have some sort of link on the internet, okay? You either have a Facebook business page, a personal page, you have an Instagram page, you have a YouTube channel, you have somewhere to direct somebody to, okay? So how I use Pinterest, I use it multiple ways just because I do have this Facebook group and I do have landing pages, but I also have my website that has email opt-ins on the first page of my website. So it's really dependent upon how complex, or like especially what stage you are in your entrepreneurial journey, but I'm going to leave it more towards the beginners. Okay. So if you're on Pinterest, you can direct people to a landing page. Now I'm going to go through all of the basics of this. Just, I don't know if somebody that's like a newbie entrepreneur, beginner watching on YouTube or in this Facebook group, or if you have been in business for a while, anyone can really benefit from this video. So one of the ways that you can grow your email list using Pinterest is you direct your following or anyone that searches your content on Pinterest to a landing page. Now that landing page is going to be giving somebody information in return for the email address. This is, like I said earlier in this video, you have to give somebody a freebie or some sort of free content in order to get their email address. There has to be some incentive, okay? So when you direct people from your Pinterest pin, let's do an example, okay? Let's just say you're a health and wellness coach and you make meal plans for your ideal clients, okay? Or you sell meal plans, okay? A freebie that you can do as an incentive for an email address is you give someone a week's worth of meals for free, or maybe you can do 3 days worth of meals, or maybe you can give them like a grocery shopping list or something like that, okay? So what you're gonna do is on Pinterest, you're gonna say, get 3 days worth of meals for free, click here to grab your free guide. So since Pinterest comes with a link, you're gonna link your landing page under that image, okay? Then any one of your ideal clients, all of your ideal clients are searching for the solution to their problem. Someone wants to lose weight. Someone just, got done being pregnant and they want to get back in shape. Or maybe somebody wants to try keto for the first time. It really is dependent upon your niche and your business. But they're going to be searching for your content forever because Pinterest pins last forever, okay? So what happens is when you create that pin, your ideal clients are going to be searching for it and they're going to be interested in your give or your freebie, right? Because that's what they want to know. So they're going to click on your Pinterest pin and that's going to lead them to the landing page of your website, okay? It doesn't have to be your website. It can be its own landing page. And like I said, on KAJABI, you can create your own freestanding landing pages. I know there's other websites, but I don't want to recommend them because I don't use them. I use KAJABI, and KAJABI hosts my website, my online course, my landing pages, and I have a link in the caption up here, down here, for a free 28-day trial where you guys can like play around with it, check it out, whatever. It's amazing too because every single day they teach you how to make your first $1,000 online, whether that be through a digital course or affiliate marketing, et cetera, et cetera. So like I said, my first favorite way of using social media to grow my email list is by Pinterest. Because when I'm directing people, when I create Pinterest pins, I link them to my landing page and then I'm giving them something away for free on that landing page. So like with this example that I'm already using, if I'm a health and wellness coach and I want to give people 3 days worth of workouts, meal plans, whatever, on that landing page, I'm going to be like, hey, I see that you're interested in, losing weight or like getting back on a healthy track or like learning or keto meal plans or like whatever have you, right? So they go through that landing page, they input their email address, and then you send them, or this is all automated, okay? What happens is when they put their email address into the landing page, they get sent an email with the email they just put in, and they get their free freebie. Now, through that freebie, and this can be a whole completely other live stream, which is like email sequences. That is how you can really automate your business, is by having email sequences that are already automated. You set it up once, sometimes like obviously you go back and tweak it a little bit, but what happens is when you get their email address, now you have constant communication with your ideal clients and you don't have to rely on algorithms. You don't have to rely on, oh my God, is Instagram down? Do I even have a business? Whatever. Because now you have a way to stay in constant communication with them, okay? Because like I said in the beginning of this live stream, if you don't have an email list, you do not have a business. The business is in the email list. I didn't make this up. This is a known fact, okay? This is like all of the business, I don't know about business coaches in Facebook groups, but like internet marketers, Russell Brunson, that's specifically who I learned it from. your business is in your email list, because when companies acquire other companies, they don't buy it because of the business, they buy it because of the customer list. So it's super highly important that you guys start growing your email list, especially with all of these changes on Instagram and Facebook. If your business is on Instagram and Facebook and that's only where your business is, it's highly important that you start trying to collect these email lists or email addresses. So the first way, like I said, I'm kind of going to be brief with this because I could really dive super deep into each example. And if you guys want me to do specific live streams on each one of these and kind of like get more in depth, let me know in the comments. Also, if you guys ever have questions, let me know in the comments. I see a lot of you guys are on. So, like I said, the first way that I love growing my email list is through Pinterest. And the way that I do that is I direct either to this Facebook group, which that's going to be my second example, or I don't even know what I'm saying right now. My second favorite way, okay? So with Pinterest, because Pinterest is a search engine and it links to anywhere on the internet, you can direct them to your website where they can opt in their email address. You can direct them to a landing page, which can be its own standalone, page on the internet where you give them something away for free. Or you can direct them to a Facebook group if that's in your marketing strategy. You can direct them to your YouTube channel. There's like the way that social media can be, it's like, I don't know, it's like a maze almost. Like it's not always just like a one-stop shop click and that's it, okay? So it's really dependent upon what you like and what works for you. So for me, what I do with Pinterest is the first example that I said is I'll either direct them to my website where I have email opt-in bars on my website. You guys can check that out at kyliefrancis.com. I also direct people to landing pages where I give away my free trainings that I've already done on Facebook, because like I said, you don't have to recreate you don't have to make like a Mona Lisa masterpiece, like 80,000 page freebie in order for somebody to get value in return. I can easily direct somebody to this Facebook video if they're interested in learning about email lists. So it's really dependent upon what it's like the end result, okay? And that's what you need to think about. Whether you're selling a mastermind, a digital course, a workbook, it really is dependent upon there, and then you kind of like go backwards from that. So it's like, does the freebie like make sense with what you're trying to sell at the end of like the customer journey? If this is making sense, let me know in the comments. So my first favorite way, like I said, is Pinterest. Pinterest is like my favorite thing. I'm like, okay, when in doubt, use Pinterest because it's amazing. So the second way I love using social media to grow my email list is through this Facebook group. So what I do is if anyone that doesn't have a Facebook group, or I'm sure you guys have already seen this if you join a Facebook group, especially this one, when you go to join a Facebook group, you can ask people questions before they enter the Facebook group, okay? So I have 3 questions when you guys come into this Facebook group. The first one is, what are you guys struggling with when it comes to social media? Because that's how I can help you. If I don't know what you're struggling with, then I don't really, quite frankly, know what to talk about, because I'm not going to sit here and like go on a live stream and talk about, my dogs or like my vacations or whatever. I'm going to talk about what you guys need help with, okay? So that's how I know what to talk about on my live streams. I say, what are you guys struggling with when it comes to social media? The second question is I ask for your email address in exchange for information for my Pinterest for Business course, okay? You can make that whatever you want. You don't have to like do what I'm doing. I'm just saying this is what I do to capture email addresses. Because when I have that second question there, not only can I see who's interested in my course, but I also get their email address so I can stay in constant communication with them, so I can give them more information about my Pinterest for Business course. So when they're ready to like dive in and like, start Pinterest as their marketing strategy, I'm going to be top of mind and they're going to know that I have the answer to their problems, okay? Which is typically visibility and, not getting followers on Instagram. They want a completely new and different strategy that you can get customers on autopilot and ideal clients on autopilot through the Pinterest search engine. So the second way is my Facebook group. So I also use Pinterest. This is kind of like what I was saying before. I use Pinterest to direct those people to my Facebook group. So not only are they being directed to the solution to their problem, which is social media marketing for online entrepreneurs, but I'm also capturing their email address before I accept them into this group. Does that make sense? So Pinterest is kind of like a double whammy where it's like I can use Pinterest to direct them to landing pages or my own website or my Instagram, wherever on the internet that has a link, or I can send them to this Facebook group where I'm also capturing their email address, because when they come inside this group, they're going to see all my live streams. They're going to see like this amazing group of entrepreneurs. They're going to see like how much, essentially it grows the know, like, and trust factor, because they're going to watch my live streams. They're going to see that I know what I'm talking about. They're going to get to know me by asking me questions on live streams. That's probably my number one favorite way to grow my email list, is by using a Facebook group, simply because all of the information that is in this Facebook group is probably, I always say that this is my favorite way to talk to my ideal clients, because I love showing up in here. I love helping you guys out. I love when you guys ask me questions. That's why I'm always like, I'm such like a question and answer type person. Like, I don't use notes on my live streams. Like, everything that I am saying is like, I'm here to help you. So I don't want you guys ever to hesitate to ask me questions. Even right now, watching on YouTube, watching on Facebook Live, watching the replay, let me know in the comments. So like I said, when people, since my group is private, when people come into my Facebook group, I ask, what are you struggling with when it comes to social media? I ask for the email address. And then I think the third one is like, do you agree with the rules? Or I don't even know what the third one is, but I have 3. But the second one is the one that matters, because when I get the email, when I use my Facebook group to capture somebody's email address, it's like, not only do they follow me, but they also are in my group. Okay. So if Facebook goes down, if Instagram goes down, if Facebook decides to delete all of the groups or whatever, I can still stay in touch with you guys and be like, okay, well, I'm still going to do live streams, but now I'm doing them on YouTube. So make sure you go follow me on YouTube, and then I can stay in constant communication with you through email until you unsubscribe with me. Okay. So the first one that I said, the tip for using social media to grow your email list, is by using Pinterest. And the way that I think Pinterest is honestly the best, because 1, it's a search engine, and 2, your ideal clients are 24/7 on autopilot worldwide, searching for the solution to their problems. Okay. So when they search on the Pinterest search engine, when they search on Google, your results go on both. They're searching for the solution to their problem. How do I grow my Instagram following? How do I use social media to grow my online business? How do I use, how can I grow my email list using Pinterest? How can I grow my email list using my social media channels? Okay. If I put this pin on a Pinterest, guess where they're going to be led to? This video, which is inside my Facebook group. So I'm going to direct them to my Facebook group. And what am I going to get? Their email list, or their email address. Okay. Do you guys see how this kind of works? You have to provide value in order to get somebody's email address. It's not as easy as just being like shouting from the rooftops, give me your email address. Like, that's not how it works. Okay. You have to give a lot of value in return for the email address, because that grows the know, like, and trust factor. They get to learn who you are. You give them time to do that. And by having an email address, you stay consistent with them over months at a time. We need to let go of this expectation where it's like, oh my God, someone just followed me. They're going to buy all of my products and I'm going to be a millionaire. And it's like, that's not typically how it works. Okay. The people that need the help the most in that time might buy immediately, but sometimes it takes people like a couple of months until they understand that, like, they like you and they want to buy your stuff, et cetera, and then they make the purchase. So an email list makes it easy for you guys to do that. So, okay. Melody says, have you ever lost one of those ear pod things? No, I actually haven't. And like, I can like, I don't want to, I'm scared to do it on here, but like, I run in these, like, I can like shake my head back and forth and they don't come out, which is like kind of weird, because I thought that the same thing was going to happen. But yeah, they're pretty much like sucked in there. I don't know how, but I'm not complaining. I haven't lost it yet. I've had them for a while. So knock on wood. No wood around me. So hopefully it doesn't happen now that I say that I've never lost it. Richie says, hey, made it live. Hey, Richie, how are you? Okay. So Melody says, can you give me an example of what a freebie content may lead to once we have the email address? Is it online shops, something, or memberships? Now, so I think what you're asking is, okay, what a freebie content may lead to once we have the email address. So the main point of specifically getting an email address is so you can stay in constant communication with the person's email that you got. Okay. So you don't want to like sell on every single email that you send, but a great thing to do is just stay in touch with them, kind of just sort of how you update social media, right? When you post on social media every day, when you post about your day, like maybe you do a live stream in one of your groups and you just want to send it out to your email list, because like everyone already knows, and if you don't know this, only 3% of your following is seeing your Instagram and Facebook content, because it's a time-sensitive platform, and that's how the algorithm is in 2019. So you can always send people maybe posts that you did on social media. Maybe you wrote a blog article. Maybe you were featured in a podcast. Maybe you were like, you did a guest blog on something else. You spoke somewhere or whatever. An email list is simply just like, I kind of like to look at it as like, you can literally tell them anything. Okay. So when they get the freebie from you, you stay in constant communication with them, and you can either upsell them through an automated email sequence. Like, let's just say if your freebie had to do with like Pinterest SEO and I was trying to sell my Pinterest for Business course, I could lead them through a sequence where at the end I can pitch my Pinterest for Business course. Okay. But if they don't buy it, that's okay, right? I'm just making the offer. But what I could do after that is I just keep people nurtured through like my daily life, know, like, and trust, like join my Facebook group, join my new YouTube channel. Like if I'm starting a podcast, like, you know, here's like the launch period for that, like, et cetera, et cetera. It's just a way to keep people consistently updated with you. And like, yeah, if you have online shops or if you have a membership site and you want to tell somebody about that, if they have their email address, that's fine. I just don't want you guys to strictly think that email lists are just for selling. Like, it's not like, okay, I made a product, I'm going to sell it this month. Like, blast your email list, like buy my product, and then they don't hear from you for 6 months. It's like you sell another product, right? That's not how it works. An email list is simply just kind of like Instagram, where it's like you can send out an email if you want once a day. You can do it, you know, multiple times a week. You can do it once a week. Whatever you're comfortable with, start with that, and then you can increase the amount that you send emails to your email list. Melody, let me know if that answers your question. Okay, so Richie says, cool thing is AWeber has an app. They'll let you put an email address on the fly if you're at a conference or meet someone. Yeah, and that's what I do with this Facebook group. Like when people give me their email addresses, like I just screenshot it and then I put it into KAJABI. So like I said, I don't use AWeber, I use KAJABI, and I have that link if you guys are interested in a 28-day free trial for using, you know, maybe you're like, I have no email subscribers, like I don't know where to start, or like I want to try it out and see if it works for me. I have a free 28-day trial where it's also a challenge where they guide you through how to make your first $1,000 with KAJABI. So that link, if you're on Facebook, I think it's up, and if you're watching on YouTube, it'll be below. So like I said, I use KAJABI for my website, which is KylieFrancis.com. I use it for my landing pages, and I use it to make my digital course, which is amazing. It literally is like an all-in-one type thing. And also, their customer support is amazing. So if you ever have any of the dumbest questions, like they answer like that, which is kind of like rare in the software world, but KAJABI gets it done, which I love. Okay, so Melody says, yes, absolutely. Good point. We look at the list as our friends we keep in touch with. Easy to forget that. Thank you. You're so welcome. No, sometimes I forget that too. I'm like, wait, I can just like email them and be like, oh, I just uploaded a video. Go look at it. And it is, because if my videos provide value and that's why they follow me, I'm helping them. Sometimes people just like aren't online when we are. That's why I'm always like, I know I see people get all frantic where it's like, I didn't get as many likes today as I did yesterday. And it's because maybe because your ideal clients were working, sleeping, on vacation. Like just because I press live doesn't mean everyone in this Facebook group is going to be in attendance. Okay. That's actually very, very, very highly unlikely. So if anyone missed this video, but they were still interested in it, I could email my list and be like, hey, I just did this video. If you're interested in it, check it out, type of thing. So so I did, Pinterest was my favorite, and then also with Facebook groups, because I can get their email address when I ask them the 3 questions before they enter my group. And the third one, I want to touch on this because I know a lot of you guys use Instagram. So I want to give you guys an easy way that you can use Instagram to build your email list. So the best way to use Instagram to build your email list, I believe, is by using the link in the bio. So I know a lot of you guys, so actually I'll go on too. I kind of want to make this like a beginner's guide to building email lists, but I will also do the swipe up people for the people that have over 10,000 followers on Instagram. So because swipe up has a link, you can link your landing page there. Okay. If you're giving out like a PDF or like an email course or something like that, you can use the swipe up and put the link there and like be like, hey, I have a freebie for you. So let's stick with like the diet plans, or the weight loss plans. I know this is like not PC probably, but like I said, I go off the top of my head, so I hope this like isn't offending anybody. So the meal plans, like keto meal plans, if you're giving away a freebie where you do like 3 days, like 3 days free meal guide for keto weight loss or whatever, you can say swipe up and you can put your landing page in the link, and then people can get their meal plan in exchange for the email address, and then you have people on your email list, and you can do that through Instagram. Another way that you can do it is by putting that same exact link in your bio. So what's great about that is a lot of us, like not me, but like I know a lot of online entrepreneurs are struggling now in 2019 to grow on Instagram because their organic reach is quite frankly dead. Okay, so if you don't have 10,000 followers on Instagram and you want to grow your email list using Instagram, you can still do that. So what you're going to do is you're just going to put that link in your bio, okay? And there's 2 ways that you can go about telling people about it. You can tell people in your stories. You can be like, hey, like I just made this new freebie. Go click the link in the bio or send me a DM and I can send you the link, okay? So they can click, like I said, the link in the bio, or you can send them a DM. The second way is in the bio, because when somebody new comes to your page, you want to make sure that you're telling somebody that you have a freebie for them. So how do you do that? Above the link, you just be like, click here for free meal guide, or like free cheat sheet, or whatever that you have, and you have an arrow pointing down to the link, okay? So when they click on that link, they're going to get the downloadable freebie in exchange for their email address. And I guess there's 3 ways. The third way is by making a post about it, and you can just tell them in the description of the post. You can make a post and be like, hey, I just made new worksheets, I made a new guide, like whatever, click the link in the bio to get yours today, okay? And just like, honestly, I could go over tripwires and all of this other stuff. This is just like email list building for beginners. I can go over more extensive email list strategies for you guys. If you want, let me know in the comments and I can do another live stream for you guys. But I just want to keep this like simple, how to build your email list using social media. So like I said, on Instagram, use stories, use the link in your bio, but also the description in your bio, like telling people to click below. And like click on the link below, and then also in the post, okay? So I'm gonna wrap this up. I know this was like a lot of information, probably for new people, but I want to just repeat what I'm saying is that, remember, if you don't have an email list, you don't have a business. Your Instagram followers could be your business today, but you don't own those customers. Instagram does, because they're followers on Instagram. They use the Instagram platform, okay? And Instagram has their email address. So your business is in the email list. Now, if you're watching this and you're like, oh my God, like I don't even know where to start, like whatever, I have that KAJABI link for you guys on Facebook. Click up above. It's free for 28 days. Click below on YouTube. It's free for 28 days for anybody that wants to play around, learn how to make their first $1,000 online, create your first landing page. It guides you through the whole process. It's a challenge. So every single day you get a prompt, okay? It'll teach you how to create your landing pages, your website. My website's on KAJABI. My digital course is on KAJABI. Their customer support is unmatched. It's amazing. They're always there for you. You don't have to wait days on end to get a response. It usually is within the first like 10 minutes. And the people are so supportive and nice. So I left that link for you guys. If any of you guys are interested in starting to grow your email list, or you just like maybe want to start a website, or you want to try something without the risk, this is for you. 28 days, free, no risk, all the reward. So it'll also be an easy way to like give you guys some confidence in doing it, because I know like the whole email list building can be intimidating, and it's really not that hard, okay? Just think about it this way. The people that follow you want value in return for their email address. That's it. So, like I said earlier in this video, I wanted to give you guys some ideas on what you can give away for free. So you can create a PDF template, and like whenever I say like template or like workbook, it doesn't have to be like 80 pages long, okay? It just has to give an extreme amount of value in a couple of pages, and that's it, okay? Because remember, the more valuable you are and the more effort you put into it, the more you're gonna stand out between all the other people that are just doing like C+ work, okay? You want your freebie to really be A+, because First impressions are everything. When you meet people for the first time, when you come across their content for the first time, if they see that you're just kind of like everybody else, like regurgitating Googled information, whatever, you're not going to have that email subscriber for long. So make sure, like, your first freebie, it doesn't have to be this like extensive thing. One of my favorite things to do for freebies is to direct them to my Facebook videos. Okay. So I direct them to either this Facebook group, my Facebook videos, which are now on YouTube. And I love doing that because I'm a big believer that if people see me and they see that I know what I'm talking about, notes free, like valuable content on Facebook live streams, that they're going to be able to grow that know, like, and trust so much faster through live video over something that I have written just randomly, where I'm like, okay, here's 10 tips on how to grow your Instagram following. And it's like, okay, like everyone's read the same 10 tips for the last 100 years and your Instagram following grows by 1 follower a day. Okay. So I like giving actionable tips through video, and then they can see me, they can see what I look like, they can see if they like me, and if they don't like me, they can unsubscribe. But if they do, then they're going to be led to all the other videos that I have uploaded on Facebook and YouTube. So one of my favorite ways is when I get someone's email address, they are directed to one of my videos, because like I said, you don't have to recreate the wheel with this, okay? Don't make it harder than it has to be. You guys, if you guys are in an expert business, you more than likely already have all of this content made. Go use that content, okay? Package it up with what somebody wants. So for example, if someone wants to learn how to grow their email list using social media, and I have a free training for them, click here. Guess where I'm leading them on the internet? To this video, okay? And if you guys are seeing that and I do that in the future, hey, what's up? But it's more than likely going to happen because this is a free video, it's a free training, and I'm telling you guys what to do, but it's bringing value to you, okay? So don't ever underestimate the value that you give to people, especially if you're in an expert business. It doesn't have to be the Mona Lisa masterpiece. It doesn't have to be this 80-page workbook. Create a simple workbook where there's like a tangible tip that they can use, or like you tell them to do one thing, maybe 1, 2, 3 things, and it's easy for them to get a quick result. That's when they're going to be happy with you. Okay. So keep that in mind. When you give something away for free in exchange for an email address, it does not have to be the Mona Lisa masterpiece. Okay. All it has to be is like a little flower where you like draw this thing, be like, this is how you draw it, 1, 2, 3. And then they do 1, 2, 3. And it's like, oh my God, like this person's amazing. I love Kylie because I get it, right? And that's the result you want to give them. You just want to give them a quick win. Okay. So the tip for today, with any downloadable freebie that you give somebody, make sure you're just giving them quick wins where they can feel like they succeeded with whatever you gave them. So to wrap this up, if you guys have any questions about what I'm talking about, let me know in the comments before I sign off. So to wrap this up, my favorite ways to build my email list using social media, my 3 favorite platforms, actually, Pinterest and Facebook groups are my favorite. I also use Instagram, okay? I hate to say Instagram is my favorite platform because as of now, July 2019, I like literally cannot stand Instagram. I still use it, but I can't stand it. So how I use Pinterest is because Pinterest is like a free Facebook ad you don't have to pay for. So what that means is you get a picture with a link. It's a free Facebook ad you don't have to pay for. So if you have a link somewhere on the internet, you can link, and don't say that you don't have a website because you have an Instagram channel. I'm sure you have a Facebook business page. I'm sure you have a Facebook personal page. You have somewhere on the internet, okay? And if you don't have a website or a landing page on the internet, you should make one. Like, start prioritizing that too. And like I said, I have that link for free 28 days. Facebook up here, YouTube down below. Don't be afraid to use that to grow your business. Okay. Don't be afraid to start building an email list. So Pinterest is my favorite because I can lead them to my landing page, to my website, or to this Facebook group. Now, Facebook group was my second way because when you join a Facebook group, there's 3 questions that you can ask people. My second question captures somebody's email address because I'm giving them content that they want in exchange for it. Okay. So you can use one of the questions if you have a Facebook group to start capturing people's email addresses, okay? And the third way is Instagram. There's 3 ways on Instagram that you can start growing your email list. 1, if you have the swipe up feature, which is over 10,000 followers on Instagram, use Instagram stories to say, swipe up to get this free guide, swipe up to, you know, download this PDF. I just made this amazing PDF for you, They swipe up to the landing page and then you got their email address. The second way is by putting that link in your Instagram bio, okay? And then in the bio, make sure, don't just like drop your link there and don't tell people that you have, you know, that free gift for them. You have to tell them in the bio and be like, hey, I have this free link, click below, or I have this link for you, I have a gift for you, click below to grab your free gift, okay? And the third way is by telling people in your Instagram post. You can just be like, click the link in my bio, I have a free gift for you guys. You're gonna find so much value in it and have fun. That's literally the only thing you have to say, okay? Oh, another thing that you can do in Instagram stories too is you can tell your followers to send you a DM. Like if you don't have swipe up and you post it in your Instagram story, just say, send me a DM if you're interested in this, and then they'll reach out to you and then you can send them the link through Instagram DM. So yeah, that's really all that I have to say for today. So if you guys love this video, let me know in the comments if you're watching on YouTube, if you're watching on Facebook. If you guys want me to do more extensive trainings on email list building or email list sequence, also let me know in the comments. And if you guys ever have any questions related to anything social media marketing, Pinterest marketing for your online business, how to use Pinterest without a website, how do you start and grow your own online your own Facebook group, how do I sell my products in my Facebook group? Any questions related to social media marketing, let me know in the comments, because your question could quite literally and anonymously be the topic of my next live stream. So I hope you guys make this an amazing Monday, and I will see you guys tomorrow on the next live stream. Bye guys.